Today I'm speaking with Nathan Buzzer, Executive Director of Alcidion. Nathan, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Can you provide us with an overview of Alcidion?
Sure. So within an acute care hospital, you've got a whole myriad of clinical IT systems. So in a pathology department, you've got a laboratory information system, you've got cardiovascular information systems, electronic medical records, patient admission systems, and just a whole myriad of these systems. And by and large, none of these systems talk. So all that Alcidion does is a supervisory system that sits on top of your current deployments, your current IT systems, brings it all together into one ubiquitous platform. There's one central source of truth, and it provides, identifies emerging clinical risk for the patient, and then pushes out those notifications to the clinicians, and then makes recommendations on the best course of actions that the physician should consider doing.
How can hospitals benefit by using Alcidion's products?
Yeah, so depending on which platform we're talking about. So one of the products we're very proud of is our computerized physician order entry platform. So this makes recommendations based upon the Royal College of Emergency Physicians and the Royal College of Pathologists best practice guidelines. So both of those two colleges publish best practice protocols for a whole sequence of presenting conditions, and will say which pathology tests should you order, which tests should you not order, and which tests should you consider ordering. And some of the scary statistics were that 40% of lab tests that get ordered in a hospital are never viewed by anyone. Just a crazy statistic. And 15% of those results are critical. Right? So it's a very scary world that we live in. And fundamentally, the global healthcare system is broken. It's unsustainable. I was saying previously that the US is spending 17.8% of GDP on health, going to 37% by 2050. You can't have a established government of the world spending 40% of GDP on health. Right? It's just going to break our society. So the only palatable resolution for this is to improve the efficiency of healthcare, and the best way to achieve that is through the deployment of intelligent systems such as what Alcidion is providing. And this particular segment, there's $42 billion spent last year, growing at 22% per annum. So, and if I look at mobile, I think mobile is growing from 1.35 billion to 4.65 billion in mobile healthcare in 3 years. So it's a really exciting space.
Nathan, can you please provide us with a bit more insight into the medical technology sector and the market?
Yeah, so domestically in Australia, depending on how you measure a hospital, there's between 800 and 1,100 hospitals. In the United States, there's about 8,000 hospitals. Now, our particular sweet spot is the larger hospitals, because the larger hospitals have more disparate clinical information systems and a more pressing demand to interface and integrate all these platforms together. So traditionally their approach has been by the monolithic providers to come in and replace all of those disparate clinical IT systems, put in their one vendor solution, and in theory, everything should talk and you should have one unified platform. I say in theory because a couple of challenges within that space. Number one, when those systems have been deployed, the pathology platform or lab system and the cardiovascular system, etc., as they've been deployed, those platforms have been the best of breed. So the head of the pathology department has chosen the best lab system with particular features and functions that he wants, or he or she wants. When a monolithic provider comes in, they say, right, we're going to pull that platform out, put in our platform, regardless of whether it meets your feature sets or not. Inevitably, there's a loss of some of the feature sets, what they've become accustomed to, and the change management cycle is then huge because you have to retrain all of your staff. And the cost, right? You're talking hundreds of millions or billions of dollars to roll out these platforms across a healthcare environment. The Alcidion approach has been, come in, keep all of your existing platforms, we'll put one system in over the top and bind it all together and then display it on an iPad mini. So then you've got a mobile device with absolutely everything about the patient sitting there, identifying the emerging clinical risk, and you can do everything from that device.
Are there any upcoming milestones or catalysts that investors should be looking out for over the next 3 to 6 months?
Yeah, so as we published to the market recently, that we're in late stage negotiations with the District Health Board in New Zealand. We've won the preferred tender status, and we're hopeful that will then mature from being a preferred tender status to then being a purchase order to roll out our patient flow solution to a District Health Board. And that will be our luminary site in New Zealand, and we can then showcase that to the other 20 other District Health Boards within the region. So that's one great milestone. It's hard to speculate exactly when, but I'd imagine within the next 3 to 6 months, we expect that to come through. And a second major milestone was last year we spent $1.5 million developing our computerised physician order entry platform. That's been deployed in the Northern Territory, not yet in a live operation. It's in beta stage to make sure it's clinically safe. They've been doing a great job at it, and that will probably go live in January, and then we'll be able to publish some metrics about the reduction in pathology tests that has resulted in some hardcore cost savings and improvements generated through that hospital.
Nathan, thanks for your time today.
Pleasure, thank you.